Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Brendan and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new, it's great to have you here, and today we're going to be talking about a couple of reasons that I am very bullish on cryptocurrency. Now, cryptocurrency has been increasingly more bullish for me as this whole pandemic has progressed, and with the Fed announcing that specifically in the United States they are willing to print almost as much money as necessary to keep the economy stable, this just leads me to believe that the US dollar will increasingly lose value, while as something that is an alternative currency that maybe is not printing as much as the United States is, or maybe something that cannot print, specifically in this case Bitcoin, will only be able to gain value from this. And I'm going to explain that in today's video, along with some of the stuffs on the chart that really lead me to believe that Bitcoin could have a very, very bright future here over the course of the next year. So if that interests you guys, go ahead and stick around for the video and smack that like button. So first things first, guys, let's talk about the fundamentals before we talk about anything technical. Now, in this case, I specifically want to talk about the United States just willing to print as much money as they are, really as much as they need. And of course, I have all the, I have everything where they talk about printing money highlighted in here, but I'll just kind of scroll through this and leave you guys to read it as I speak on the matter. So essentially, the Federal Reserve of the United States announced that they are willing to print almost as much money that is necessary to stabilize our economy. Now, obviously, this can't stabilize the job markets, but what this can do is directly affect the price of the US dollar. Now, I know some people don't like to talk about inflation and deflation, but I think that this is a very hot topic right now, because if a country is willing to print almost as much money as necessary for an entire year, and again, they just announced that they are, they're warming up the printers, and they are not willing to stop this anytime soon, and they will do as much as is necessary. If we continue to print large amounts of money, whether that's for stimuluses or small businesses or loans or whatever it may be, the price of the US dollar is going to go increasingly down. And as someone who is a United States citizen, I am looking for possibly alternative investments or even hedges against the US dollar at this point. Now, you could be doing another currency, maybe a forex, that is not nearly as much paired to the US dollar. Maybe that's the yen, maybe that's the, the hryvnia, maybe that's whatever, the euro, the British pound, etc. But in this case, I'm specifically talking about Bitcoin because I think it is ultimately the most devalued of all of the forex, because it's really not even a forex currency, it's a cryptocurrency, which is what makes it so unique. So if Bitcoin is to essentially just hold its own value at this point and does not do anything, then it will essentially just continue to gain value, because the more that is printed of the US dollar, Bitcoin, is not printing, it doesn't print anything. Yes, there's mining, but it's at a absolute fraction of the rate of what we are printing US dollars at right now. So in that case, one can make the argument that the US dollar is going to continually devalue, while Bitcoin is not only going to hold value, but if you're bullish, you're going to say that it's going to gain value, which should raise this at even more of a rate, which is, one of the reasons why Bitcoin has had such a run up here recently, because we can see that really as this got bad, of course, the economy recovered right here too. You have stocks that were recovering, but you also have Bitcoin, recovering, because people are using this as a hedge to their fiat currency, which is just so important right now. So with that being said, if you are at any way think that we are going to continue printing money, or maybe continue printing money in your country, I know that we're going to continue printing mass amounts of money in the United States. So for that reason, I am increasingly more bullish on Bitcoin, so long as we keep printing trillions and billions of dollars for the time being. Again, there's no way, because so long as this does absolutely nothing, this will passively increase in value. Not because of anything that Bitcoin has done, but just because of what the US dollar is doing this. And this is the Bitcoin compared to the US dollar. Again, this will look different depending on where you live and what currency you are comparing this to, but the most popular Bitcoin pairing as of right now is the Bitcoin to the US dollar pairing. So, again, for that reason, I am increasingly more bullish on Bitcoin the longer that we continue to print money. Now, looking at this from a fundamental standpoint, or I guess more of a technical standpoint right now, I am looking at the chart of Bitcoin, and of course I see this higher swing low, which is leads me to believe that we are actually going to be continue to squeeze towards the upside here, which is exactly what I think we're seeing. Now, obviously, we can do one of things in this area, as this is a potential double top that we are just looking at on Bitcoin, but I think what we could actually do is continue to squeeze up over here. Now, we see that golden cross on the daily time scale, which again leads me to believe that we are increasingly bullish. We golden cross, then bounced off of it once, twice, and now 3 times we're seeing a bounce. And again, this is all just showing me that the momentum and everything is definitely shifting towards the upside here. The long-term trend of Bitcoin, if we zoom out, looks like it is shifting to break through this 10K and hold this 10K area that we've been struggling with for 1-2 years now. Now, this isn't to say that Bitcoin can't go down anymore. I certainly think that Bitcoin could easily retrace anywhere in this 8 to 7 to maybe even the upper 6K range, and it wouldn't be a horrible scenario for Bitcoin. There's plenty of room for it to kind of just range in here as it's squeezing, and I think that it would even make a lot of sense. But what I want to kind of focus on is that the macros for this are bullish from a bunch of different viewpoints. If you're looking at this from a technical analysis perspective, I personally think that this is very bullish. I mean, the one-day chart really does not look bad to me. The RSI is neutral, the MACD is neutral, and in fact, it's actually rounding up towards the bullish side, showing double bullish, or actually even a form of triple bullish divergence on the MACD. So for me, I think this is just Bitcoin winding up for a very large move due to economic events and recent events, and the pandemic, and how governments are reacting to this. Not that again it's their fault. They almost have to print money to almost stabilize their economy. But due to all of this, I think it's again just stirring the pot for a perfect storm of Bitcoin that we could be seeing over the next 1 to 2 years here. And yeah, you probably heard that right. I'm not talking about today. I'm not talking about this week. I'm not even talking about this month. I'm talking about over the next year or two. You're really going to see the effects of inflation on a lot of these cryptocurrencies. So, or not, excuse me, on a lot of the fiat currencies. They're going to be devaluing, and we're going to see the repercussions of that as I believe cryptocurrencies are going to take a big move. Now, again, if you guys know anything about me, I am not just a cryptocurrency bug. I love stocks, I love commodities, precious metals. I really love to do it all. So I am not just buying cryptocurrency. Of course, I was buying stocks back in March and April while they were, juicy, sweet, and cheap. But I do think that cryptocurrency does have a lot of potential and value here the more I am seeing this entire thing really, I guess, play out. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions, I'd love to be able to answer those in the comment section down below. Just shoot them my way. Smack a like if you guys haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video.